nestled deep within the misty valleys of the Enchanted Mountains, there lived a woman named Silva and her husband, Darian. They had been married for many years, yet they were childless. Silva had conceived several times, but each pregnancy ended in miscarriage just after a few weeks. The villagers whispered among themselves, some suggesting that Silva might be cursed, while others believed she was a witch who used her miscarriages for dark rituals. Despite the rumors, Darian deeply loved his wife and remained confident in his belief that one day Silva would bear him a child. After many years, Silva became pregnant again. The villagers, skeptical based on past events, anticipated another miscarriage. They said, "This is how she always gets pregnant, but just after a few weeks, she would use it for ritual." But, against all odds, Silva carried the pregnancy beyond 9 months. To the villagers' astonishment, she gave birth to twins, 2 beautiful girls named Elara and Sorin. This was an unprecedented event in the village, as twins had never been born there before. The village rejoiced at Silva's blessing, and people from all around came to her house, showering her with gifts. Twins were considered a great blessing. As Elara and Sorin grew, they became beloved figures in the village. Men and women would visit just to spend time with them, some even treating them with gifts and ensuring their safety. The twins were like rays of sunshine, adored by everyone in Eldoria. However, one day something strange happened that showed the villagers another side of these twins. Elara, a well-known trader in the village, often took the twins with her. One day she took them to the market, unaware that Elara and Sorin started eating her food. Elara, furious, scolded and beat them. But instead of crying, the twins laughed. They told Elara that the marks from the beating would appear on her own daughter when she returned home. Elara dismissed their words as mere child's talk. However, when Elara got home, she was shocked to find her daughter crying with marks on her back exactly where Elara had beaten the twins. She couldn't understand how this happened. Elara told the villagers about it. This incident changed how the village saw the twins. The more Elara and Sorin grew, the more mysterious they became. Their ability to transfer pain to others instilled a mix of fear and awe in the hearts of the villagers. The twins, once seen as a blessing, were now also viewed with caution. Their powers were a source of wonder and concern. As Elara and Sorin grew older, things in the village started to change for them. The special powers that once made everyone love and pay attention to them now made people scared. The villagers, who used to be charmed by the twins, now kept away from them because they were afraid of what the twins could do. This fear changed how people acted around Elara and Sorin. Even the young men in the village who might have liked to be their friends or more didn't want to get close to them anymore. Being near the twins and their strange powers was too scary for them. So, Elara and Sorin started to feel alone. Their powers, which were amazing, made it hard for them to make friends or be close to anyone. Feeling lonely and wanting to be just like other young people in the village, Elara and Sorin wished they could play, laugh, and make friends without making others scared. They wanted a normal life, just like everyone else. This wish made them think about breaking one important rule their mother had always told them: never to go near the river. Their mom was always very serious about this rule, but she never told them why. Being curious and wanting to change their lonely life, Elara and Sorin decided to go to the river, a place they had always been told to avoid. This choice, made because they wanted to escape their loneliness, was the beginning of a big change in their lives. Elara and Sorin, excited for an adventure and wanting to fit in, made their way to the river. The river was always busy with people washing, swimming, and having fun in the cool water. The twins wanted to be a part of this, to play and be like the other villagers without worries or fears. At first, the presence of the twins caused fear and confusion. People began to leave, packing up their belongings and quickly moving away from the water. The twins, however, called out to them, pleading for a chance to be seen as just another part of the community. They assured everyone that they meant no harm, they only wanted to play and share in the joy of the river. Slowly, some people decided to stay. They were careful at first, but then things started to feel normal again. The twins were laughing and playing with the others, and it looked like their dream of being just like everyone else was coming true. But then something unexpected happened. Elara started to change. Her skin began to look like fish scales, and she was turning into a fish. Sorin, trying to help her sister, started changing too. Everyone was scared and didn't know what to do. They ran to get Silva, the twins' mother. When Silva came, she saw her daughters turning into river creatures. She was heartbroken, crying as she watched this strange thing happening to her daughters. Her sadness filled the air by the river, showing how helpless she felt as her daughters changed in a way no one could understand. When Elara and Sorin changed at the river, everyone in the village was shocked and confused. In all this trouble, the village priest came up with a big secret about the twins. He said that Elara and Sorin were actually children of the river goddess. This was a secret Silva, their mother, had kept to herself because she was so scared. Silva then told everyone the truth. She was so afraid of losing her husband and her place in the village that she had gone to see an herbalist a long time ago. The herbalist asked the river goddess to give her children, but there was one big rule: the children must never touch the river, or they would go back to the river goddess. There was no way to change the twins back, and now everyone knew they belonged to the river goddess. But there's more to the story. Silva, desperate to help her daughters, went to find the herbalist who had helped her before. But when she got to the herbalist's place, she found out he had died a few years ago. There was no other way to help the twins. With no other way, the village had to make a very sad choice. With lots of crying and praying, they took Elara and Sorin back to the river, giving them back to the goddess. But then something amazing happened. The river took Elara and made her one of its own, but it sent Sorin back to land as a human again. Everyone was amazed to see the power and kindness of the river goddess. Silva and Sorin hugged each other on the riverbank, both happy and sad. They had gone through so much. They had to learn how to live with missing Elara, who was now part of the river, and remember everything that had happened. Silva learned a big lesson: to always wait for divine timing, because it is always the best. The story of Elara and Sorin, the twins people once called cursed, turned into a tale about love, trust, and accepting things as they are in Eldoria. It showed that sometimes the best things happen in ways you don't expect, and that life's mysteries can teach important lessons. Silva and Sorin, their lives changed by what they went through, found peace and learned to be thankful every day. They always felt a special connection to the river, which had given them so much and also taken away. And so, the villagers of Eldoria continued their lives, forever touched by the story of the twins who belonged to both the land and the river, a tale that would be passed down for generations to come.